Feast your eyes on the Asus X540LA. Oh, it's terrible. It's awful. It's even got a 3D printed CD drive bay cover that I had to put in there because I broke the CD drive when I was playing around with it and fooling around with it. This computer, though, might not be as bad as it looks. i3 5020U Wi-Fi dongle because the one inside the laptop broke and makes the computer freeze all the time. 4 gigabytes of RAM, so I guess it's worse than your expectations. But I thought, why not see if we can get some Valorant to run on this thing? But you're not here so I can tell you about a game that runs on an old Asus laptop. You're here to see a game that runs on an old Asus laptop. This video is sponsored by Elgato. Just kidding. I don't have sponsors. Alright, so we've booted up on the old Asus. So I've pulled up Afterburner here. This is just basically going to tell us all our stats mid-game. I've also pulled up Intel Extreme Tuning Utility, which these old Broadwell, I believe the 5020U is Broadwell. This doesn't obviously allow you to mess with the ratio multiplier because these are unoverclockable CPUs, but it would be really cool if it did. However, it does not. That being said, I don't think it would have done that much good for me anyways, because this laptop has a tiny little heatsink, and by tiny I mean it's no larger than the processor itself. I did a lot of fooling, however, with the turbo boost, because as I'll show you guys in a little bit, you can see that the turbo boost power max is maxed out at 15 watts. However, the turbo boost short power max is sitting down here at 15 watts instead of the 25 that it ordinarily is, and that is because I found when I was fooling around with testing it a little bit, this is the sweet spot when you don't want it to power down and then back up again, because what I was getting in game was I might have been getting a little bit of higher frame rates with it all the way up at 25, but what would happen is that it would constantly do these weird dips. But we're also going to go and get into Valorant a little bit here, and I'm going to show you in game with a few more metrics of what's happened. No, why? I wonder if that's because this is running in the background. I had a little bit of an issue getting Valorant started up because apparently it did not like it did not like MSI's Afterburner and Riva Tuner server or whatnot. Shows how stringent this game is toward its anti-cheat software and what it does and doesn't like. So here's what I did. Where are the settings? Let's go to the settings here. Let's go to video. This is what I did. I limited the FPS at 24 frames per second because I wasn't getting much more than that. That's about the average that I'm getting with this game, as you'll be able to see. However, this really keeps the frame rate from jumping around all over the place, because with a low frame rate, I find that if you're able to minimize the jumping and you're able to kind of pin the maximum to a certain limit, then the stuttering isn't so bad. Now it still looks terrible, but at least the stuttering isn't there as much if you pin it to a certain limit. Now you can't really do anything about the drops below 24 frames per second, but if you're dropping below 24 frames per second, you're in a different ballpark altogether, which sometimes you are. The graphics quality I have just completely low all the way around. No anti-aliasing, like zero anisotropic filtering. Wow, I said that right. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. We are going to change the resolution to 1280 by 720. All right. Here we go. Dig in a little bit right there. Okay, now we're starting to get some dips. Here we go. I wonder if that's because the laptop heated up, which is a shame because I really wanted to see if we could bump this up to 30 frames per second, get a pretty solid line there at the client FPS. But first, let's check Intel XTU and see what's going on. Temperatures are doing pretty good. We had some highs in the 80s, 85s a little bit. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to take the limit off and see how much we get. Holy smokes, guys. We are well into the 40s here. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, we had dips in like the teens there. That's kind of the dip. Yep, see? You see how it's dipping every few seconds now? 5. And see what we get. I think it's still going to dip. You see that dip? You see those dips? I think it's still going to do it. Yep. I didn't want to do this. But we're going in. We're just doing it at 30. We might have to lower the it might be getting too warm now. We might have to lower the wattage just a little bit. 30 frames per second though. Here we go. So far, I mean, it's not like a slideshow. Could be a slideshow, but it's not. All right, guys. I think we're going to get into a game here. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. We're going to play a game. However, unfortunately for me, I am stuck having to do this with like no sound whatsoever. Hopefully my 30 FPS sticks and doesn't give me too many ridiculously bad drops like we were seeing before. Now remember, I can't hear anything, so be gentle on me. And hearing is really like half the battle in this game. What the? I have no idea what that was. But you know what? We've stayed at 30 FPS. I can't buy anything? Look at that. Maintain 30 FPS this whole time. Where are these guys? Oh no. Look at that! That was some terrible shots, by the way. I apologize. Alright, we gotta go help our teammate over here. I'm actually impressed. Genuinely impressed. Oh!
One enemy remaining.
Nice! I'm doing terrible, so... Oh no, don't start now, don't start now. I don't want to have to mess with my settings right now. Just cool off, laptop. Cool off. Just take a breather. Just take a breather. You can do it. It's time to pull through. Yes! That's our match point here. Oh, I have the spike. No, don't give Potato the spike. Rule number 1 at Valorant. Do not give Potato the spike. There we go. Let's do another round. That was fun, but let's do another round. All right, I'm gonna pick me Viper this time. Get off this PC. Oh, my emote finally came up. Oh, that's hilarious. Only 30 seconds late, but that's okay. Think about it though. 4 gigs of RAM, like HD 5500 graphics. They did a pretty good job optimizing this game. Because it's certainly not my hardware that's doing it any favors. Alright, different map here. Uh-oh. We're getting some bigger dips. Oh, come on! No! I had him! No! I thought I shot him once!
Enemy remaining.
I guess it needs twice with this gun. No, it does. Oh no, this guy's gonna go for a knife. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, yeah, my frames dipped really bad there, but I have a hard time blaming that on my frames, even though it was pretty choppy through that. Man, people are nuts. People be crazy. Ooh, got him. Load up my wrist rocket here. Whoa! Yo!
I see multiple enemies.
I got another one, right? Yes, I do.
Welcome to my world.
Oh no. My FPS did dip right as I shot him, or right as he popped out, I should say. Not that I'm blaming it on that, I'm just saying it happened. Oh, come on! That is ridiculous! Oh, pfft. Oh no. If you were really desperate, you could play this game on this PC. If you were stuck out in the desert and the only thing you had was this PC and some internet, you might get a couple hours of choppy entertainment before you die. That's it. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. It was fun. It's always fun seeing what the bottom denominator of the laptop world can do on games like this. These games are made for lower end hardware. I'm not sure that they're made for hardware that's this low end, but it's always fun to see just what your old laptop can do on a at least somewhat demanding game. And actually, I am pleasantly surprised at the result. I was able to get a pretty solid 30 frames per second. So I hope you enjoyed the experience too. I'm not sure I actually taught anybody with this video, but I hope that it gave you some idea of what you can expect from Valorant, and what you can expect from maybe a similar setup that you have at home. Maybe you thought, hey, I'll never be able to play this game at all. And now you know that, hey, I can play this game a little bit. Or maybe you thought, hey, I might be able to play this game with my laptop. And then you saw this video and you're like, I'm never even going to touch that now. So whatever you thought, I hope that you thought something constructive. Regardless of what you thought, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. And I hope you all have a pleasant day. And I wish you the best. And I hope to catch you next time on Pow Bam Zing. Have a good one.